this is going to be April's TBR or fabulous. Just fabulous. So, hello and welcome back to my channel. And this is the April TBR, or, well, I'm going to be taking part in a month-long TBR, readathon, sorry, that is hosted by the Book Roast, and it's the Owls TBR, or the Ordinary Wizarding Levels, which is an exam that 5th years of Hogwarts students take. And she's gone into a lot of detail, and it's amazing. So I'll leave all her links and her announcement video below. And she's set up like the prompts, and also this year she's added a careers option. So if you want to go for a particular career, you can do your owls in it, and then she runs the Newts, which is the 7th year exams for Hogwarts students in August, I believe, and then you can follow on to achieve the career. So I've got a book for each of the owls, but I'm going to prioritize the ones for the Mind Medic career path, which at the end of the video I'll just run through the ones the owls I need to do for that. To pass your owls in this readathon, you need to complete 2 owls. To pass them to get an outstanding, I think it's 5, and then to exceptional is 7. So that's all quite interesting. So she's got a prompt for each of the classes you take in Hogwarts, or each of the owls that you can take. And the first one is Ancient Runes, which is a retelling. So I'm going to be taking that and doing Fairest of Them All, which is a retelling of the Evil Queen from Snow White. And then onto Astronomy. No, Arithmecy, sorry. And that is a work written by two or more authors or creators, and I'm next in line for Illuminate from my library, which is by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. So that's a co-authored book, so I'm also taking part in that, which also runs nicely into Tome Topple, which Samantha from Thoughts on Tomes is also going to be hosting this month somewhere. So I'll leave that, because that's a 2-week TBR, readathon, so I'll leave that for those 2 weeks, so I can then knock 2 readathons out in April. And then Astronomy, we have a book with the word star in the title, so I'm going with Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Frost and Starlight. So we'll be getting around to this, and then I'll be up to date with the ACOTAR series as well. And then it's on to Care of Magical Creatures, and this prompt is, it has to have a land animal on the cover. So I'm going for Maggie Stiefvater's Sinner, which has a wolf just here. And this is the companion, I believe it's a companion, if not the 4th book in the Walls of Mercy Falls, and it follows Cole and Isabel, so I'll be rounding out that series as well. And then on to Charms, which is the Age Line charm, which is to read an adult book. So I'm going with a self-published Australian book by Liz Lockhart, which is a trilogy starting of the Letters and Blood trilogy, and it's Dear Captor, which is the first book. And I think it's good with readathons. I've heard if you go for small little books, it's a good idea. So far I've got fairly short books. And then Defense Against the Dark Arts is Reducto, which is a book title starting with R, so like the and all the little words don't count, so it's the first main word. And I'm going for Patrick Ness's The Rest of Us Just Live Here, which I also could be sneaky and use this later on. If I need to double up, I could, because it also fits into Transfiguration, which is the last book. So a couple of these I can cross over. And then I have Divination, which is a book that's set in the future, and I'm not quite sure but I'm going to go with Divergent by Veronica Roth. So I'm actually going to get around to starting the series. And then Herbology, which has a plant on the cover. And I'm going for a book of short stories, so I don't have to sit down and read one book. I can dip in and out of this one. And it's The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, which is a companion in the Grishaverse. So not only does it have the word thorns in it, it also has these lovely thorns, and it also has a couple of land animals, so if I do get crunched for time I can squish these in together. And then we go on to, we then go on to The History of Magic, which is a book that's published 10 or more years ago, and I'm going with Angela Carter's The Bloody Chamber, which I actually think isn't this whole book. So it's only sort of this much of the book. So it's a really short book, so I only have to read 41 pages in this to get it done. So it'll be nice quick. For Muggle Studies, it is a contemporary, which is an adult biography as well. It's called Eggshell, so I'll be reading it on my phone or my iPad. It's The Eggshell Skull, which is an Australian memoir about a woman who took on the legal system. And the eggshell skull thing is the one punch kill law, so she's kind of gone through that. The next Potions is the next one, and the prompt is Next Ingredient, which is a sequel, and I'm going with Shauna Maguire's Down Among the Sticks and Bones, which also has a tree on it, so like I'm going to double check, but if I do need to, I can kind of clump in some books together to do a couple of my hours. And Transfiguration is sprayed edges or a red cover. So I have the 10th year author's cut edition of Looking for Alaska, which has beautifully black sprayed edges. Or if I do get pushed for time, I do have Rest of Us to Sleep Here, and it has nice blue sprayed, I don't know if you can see that, blue sprayed edges. So that's 12 books for 12 subjects. If I do get pushed for time, I will see if I can juggle a bit. If there's any books here that you like the look of or want to buddy read with me, let me know. And I'm sorry I've been a bit MIA. I got married in March, so kind of focused on doing that. And I'd love to talk to you either in the comments or on Instagram. So see ya. Bye.